guys, Legendary Ghidorah here. Hope you guys liked that new intro. I actually shortened and somewhat edited all my intros here, and so I'll just let you guys know right now, I'll still be doing Zilla's Journey. I have the full video completed, and that'll be uploaded tomorrow, as well as Grimlock in Marvel officially being a series here on this channel. So, hope you guys enjoy that. Now, let's begin with what this video is about. Superpowered Transformers. Now, Transformers Animated is actually the one that brings this to life even more so, because these Autobots were named after abilities for a reason. They got their names for a reason, I'm trying to say here. These guys could use super strength, super speed. They had super durability. These guys were flying so fast that they can move at, warp speed. They can move at light speed. These guys, they probably had combiners. I think they even had combiners. Or basically, they all had these abilities that allowed them to basically, that basically gave them their names. Like Blur in Transformers Animated was literally what he was, a Blur. Literally the fastest Autobot out there. Brawn got his name from his super strength. Ironhide got his name from his, iron body. But here's the thing, though. Let's start off with Brawn. And we're going to give, this is basically top 5 superpowered Autobots, part 1. We're going to start with Brawn here. Did you guys know Brawn was actually capable of holding off Bruticus by himself here? Bruticus is actually strong enough to go toe-to-toe with the Dinobots. If you really don't want to know, if you really don't think Bruticus is as strong as the Dinobots, okay, Bruticus has been able to fight against other combiners like Superion and Defensor, and is actually one of the stronger combiners. Yeah, so again, Brawn is extremely strong here. I mean, this guy is beating up the likes of Starscream. He's been able to lift boulders, basically over his head, like, casually. Like, these boulders will be bigger than the ones that, characters like Hulk or, the Thing could lift over the head. It's twice his size, and he's much bigger than them. So just take that into consideration here. Brawn is also noted to be so strong, right, that he's stronger than Bulkhead, all right? And we're talking this as a composite standpoint, by the way. Sorry if I didn't mention that earlier. But Bulkhead is capable of taking down someone like Lugnut. Actually was able to draw blood from a Dark Energon amped Megatron, okay? So again, Brawn, you could really say Brawn is stronger than Bulkhead, and then apply those feats Bulkhead did, and say Brawn is simply greater than that. And that would actually be the correct thing here. Because Brawn would be stronger than, is confirmed stronger than Bulkhead. You even click on this bio, or you can go look up Brawn on the tfwiki.net here, which is one of the official sources and constantly updates, making it more of a legit source. It constantly updates this information. Brawn is stronger than even the bulkiest of Autobots, and that would also include Bulkhead, who's done the feats I just mentioned, okay? So this means this guy, Brawn, could basically be close to definitely close to the levels of Optimus Prime and Megatron. He only gets beaten out by Grimlock for obvious reasons. Grimlock is not only a Autobot super soldier. I mean, he's also a Dinobot, and he also has a combiner core in him. Yeah, bet you guys didn't know that. I'll be explaining that in another video, because apparently in Japanese manga for Transformers, Grimlock is actually stupidly broken. I mean, the guy can combine with Computron and, make himself stronger than Volcanion, and that's, well, you guys get it, right? I mean, the fact that Grimlock is already just such an insane beast altogether. Yeah, he's a combiner part. And again, Brawn is able to fight against, at least hold off combiners by himself for a good amount of time here. So again, I would definitely say Brawn is one of the strongest Autobots or strongest Transformer characters in the verse. And he is just criminally, and I mean criminally, underrated. Now, with Brawn out of the way, let's get into Blur. I'm gonna be alright. I'm gonna start off with this. Robots in Disguise should not have existed. No, that is hot garbage and a disgraceful sequel to Transformers Prime. I don't even count it as part of Transformers Prime, because so much has changed it to the point where it's just its own terrible, terrible thing here. It ruined Transformers for that time being. It was just terrible. Like, out of all this Transformers series I've watched, that one was terrible. I simply watched it just so I could have the entire the entire experience here. But let's get into Blur again as a composite character. Blur is easily the fastest Autobot ever. This is literally an Autobot that can run across galaxies and get back to Cybertron. Alright, this guy is able to bounce off planets casually. Is able to pretty much see everything in slow motion like any character, to the point where everyone is simply irrelevant around him. This guy is even able to blitz seekers, which are able to fly in and out of black holes. And as we all know, you need to be faster than light to be able to get out of a black hole. This would make Blur many times faster than light. He's even been able to, get everyone and evacuate Cybertron before the Unicron blast actually got him. Yes, he did die because, again, the planet was going to explode. I mean, he had to get everyone off and just sacrificed himself in order to do it here. But this also does mean he could have escaped it by himself if he didn't prioritize, getting everyone off. So yeah, Blur is also so strong. Like, his speed and momentum creates a sonic boom in space. Like, do you know how impossible that should be? Sound doesn't travel in space here. Okay? Sound, it doesn't travel in space. You need to be faster than light in order to move through space. And yet, Blur creates a sonic boom when kicking Skywarp. And again, Skywarp should be able to operate at warp speeds, or aka FTL speeds here, because he's able to move at those kind of speeds and even teleport. He's even faster than null rays, which again are casually able to, travel through space pretty casually. Okay, this guy has dodged blasts from Megatron. He's been able to, again, fight against Seekers. He's been able to create tornadoes, twisters, and hurricanes just by running. Even been able to take out multiple Decepticons when he has an actual weapon. So imagine giving this dude a sword, having the army of Decepticons in front of him, and you say, "Hey, Blur, go handle that." Yeah, Blur is actually going to slice them up. All right. Now, like every other speedster, Blur has, I guess you could say, Blur has terrible durability. But again, he would be above the average Cybertronian or the average, Seeker, which is capable of tanking black holes. Okay. So again, Blur may not be as durable as some of the other Autobots, but again, he is durable in his own right. He is still, I would definitely say he's still as durable as, the average Autobot and Decepticon, which are capable of tanking black holes. Alright? Now, if this guy was in Transformers Prime, oof, oh man, I feel so bad for Decepticons. I feel so bad for Bumblebee and Knockout. For when they have their races, you just see Blur just like casually strolling, like, well, you guys are pretty slow. Blur would definitely be an elite guard in Transformers Prime. I really don't think there's any if, and, or buts about that. But anyway, without further ado, let's get into one of my favorite Autobots here, and the reason why Magneto doesn't solo Transformers. This is Windcharger here, who's able to manipulate, who's basically a magnetic manipulator. You guys have to know how dangerous that is against other Transformers, right? This guy can use magnetic manipulation to crush Transformers here. And again, these guys can withstand the pull of black holes and withstand the pressure of black holes. This again goes to show you that Windcharger is no joke here. I even stated before here that if Magneto showed up in the Transformers verse, he would have to get past him. And if he does not, or if Windcharger holds him off long enough for help to arrive, again, yeah, he's done. Yeah, he can also use magnetic shields to block Decepticon fire, block attacks from Megatron himself. Again, he's one of the most dangerous Autobots to have on the battlefield, and criminally underrated when it comes to it, okay? I mean, this guy can use magnetic manipulation here. Do you guys know how overpowered that is? I mean, really, this guy was so powerful, he was actually capable of killing the Dinobots. Killing Grimlock. Alright, you guys know how I think about Grimlock on this channel. I've used him in so many videos, and I'm still using him to this very day because you guys love him. I haven't heard stop using him or you guys are overdoing it because I guess you could say I'm very creative, but you guys love it nevertheless here. But again, Grimlock is just insanely strong and insanely durable altogether. I mean, this is a guy that's beyond the super soldier level standards of Transformers. He's beyond the combiner level. And actually, if you want to think about it, with him being a combiner, he's way beyond that now. And yet, Windcharger has the power, confirmed by the writer himself, the power to kill the Dinobots. Okay? And if you want to say, like, what do you think, hey, Legendary, what do you scale the other Dinobots? I would definitely, again, scale them above the super soldier standards of Transformers. Okay? They'd be strong enough to fight against combiners. So again, they're definitely beyond that level. They're even capable of taking on characters like Jetfire, Trypticon, and yet Windcharger has the power to kill them. I'm very convinced Windcharger is very capable of even taking down someone like Trypticon. It's very possible. By himself, no, but give him a solid team, and I believe he's good. And he's definitely the the bargaining chip for victory here. Now, obviously, the one we got to put on this list are combiners. I don't think there's any if, and, or buts about that. Combiners are, well, the super soldiers of the Transformers world. You basically get the Enigma combination here, and you're able to transform - combine with other characters that you're in sync with. You have the Aerial Bots, Air Raid, Silverbolt, Jetfire, Power Glide, Slingshot, all able to combine into Superion. Then you have Defensor, Computron, Victorion, Volcanicus, Volcaticon, which is a combination of Grimlock and the Technobots. Yeah, I want y'all to let that sink in for a minute. Go ahead. Y'all got it? I want y'all to process how powerful that is here. Because Grimlock created the Technobots when he had a super smart brain. And he's casually able to combine with them now in the Transformers manga. The combiners have even shown to be on the level of Omega Supreme, who you could definitely say is, capable of planet busting just to lowball. Alright? Like a lowball, planetary. High end, yeah, I think you guys understand here, okay? I think you guys actually understand it here as a whole, okay? So again here, these combiners, even Decepticon combiners, these guys are capable of actually manipulating the weather, manipulating the likes of storms, okay? These guys are able to manipulate the likes of storms here, use electricity like anybody else here. They're actually able to tag Seekers casually despite their big size here, which is, again, a FTL type of feat here, considering Seekers are able to fight in and out of black holes. And again, this would also count Aerial Bots as well, as they're durable enough to fight in and out of black holes with little to no effort here. Okay? So these guys are they're just ridiculously powerful. They're even some of the strongest beings in their verse here. They were like the heavy hitters when the Dinobots weren't around in the G1 cartoon, okay? When the Autobots always had to rely on the Dinobots, they would do it. But when they had combiners, best believe the combiners were more on the battlefield than the Dinobots, okay? Because, again, they were pretty much easier to work with than the Dinobots, especially in the G1 cartoon here. And yeah, honestly, they have their moments here. They definitely have their moments here, including the fact that Devastator should even be the strongest combiner, possibly. It's very possible that Devastator is the strongest combiner. You also have the fact that he's able to rip apart other combiners, showing that relatively they're able to rip apart more durable beings than an average Transformer here. The Enigma combination also allows other users to become combiners. Whether they become combiner leaders or not is pretty much up to Enigma combination here. This is when Starscream basically used it to make Defensor here. And that pretty much cemented Defensor's role. And pretty much the first time Defensor became a combiner here. You also have things like Volcaticon, which is again Grimlock combined with the Technobots. This means Grimlock was also hit with the Enigma combination, and that he was able to become a combiner in his own right. Optimus Prime also used the Enigma combination along with him and Prowl. So this again would make Prowl technically like a super soldier transformer in regards to it. You guys might say, Legendary, why are you using the term super soldier? And it's just easier for me to understand just how enhanced they are here. It's not like, oh, they just have some basic abilities. No, these are guys like the superpowered individuals of the Transformers race here. These guys all have abilities that just make them much more potent and much more powerful, okay? So again, this would also go to show here that these guys also possess their own abilities, including the likes of super intelligence here, including you know, being able to react and adapt to the situation here, like Computron. Computron was able to react to Abominus trying to squeeze him. It was actually able to think a way, pretty much strategize his way. Strategize his way out of it. Okay. Volcaticon is actually possesses much more powerful fire manipulations, possesses some of the most dangerous weapons here. Pretty much a combination of the Dynamite's weapons, which actually, again, go through on the molecular level. Combiners on that level have shown to be able to hold off and fight against the likes of the Fallen, who is a Skyfather level transformer. And now, before we end this video, we have to go over one of the OGs when it comes to abilities. Possibly, you could say one of the first Transformers to show abilities if you've been watching G1. Mirage. Now, Mirage is definitely one of the most dangerous Autobots to have on the battlefield. This guy can turn invisible and cause illusions casually. Like, do you know how valuable that is on the battlefield? Mirage could possibly take on a whole army of Decepticons with just his illusions, which also feel pretty real here. And if you hit the illusion, yeah, it'll disperse, but then that leaves you open for the real Mirage to actually wind up hitting you. There's also the fact that he can go invisible and also is able to use energy blades to impale and stab through his opponents casually. So yeah, Mirage is, yeah, I think that should really sum up Mirage here. These Autobots have just shown that these powers and abilities, this doesn't make them just any average machine in general. They're not even average. Alright? These Autobots are capable of making tactics to win entire wars, to basically change the battlefield in their favor. And these Autobots have abilities that, you know, you would see in characters like in Marvel and DC. Teleportation, molecular manipulation, okay? They're even able to go in stars, pick out the pieces of stars that they need, and make entire armors out of it. Cybertronians are not normal. They're not just fodder. They're not just machines. All right, these are some complex characters. All right, these guys have enough intelligence to the point where they can actually make Dr. Doom and Reed Richards look dumb. Okay. They have that level of intelligence. These guys can create their own black holes just for fun. Create devices filled with black holes, as a matter of fact. And we really just gonna sit here and, you know, lowball them like, oh, yeah, they're just machines, but just intelligent machines. Like, no. They're not Ultron. They're not the Super Adaptoid or Amazo. These Cybertronians are far greater than any regular thinking machine here. Okay? These guys actually have abilities to use to win battles. Okay? They use these abilities to their maximum in order to gain the advantage over their opponents here. Okay? These guys can manipulate storms as combiners, showing the peak potential of their power here. But anyway, you guys, I think that's where I'm going to leave it for here. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Please comment down below, like, and subscribe, and share with your friends. And I'll see you guys for part 2 of this section. Peace.